guys, I just want you to write down this 3 things quickly. 3 things. Those 3 things that you're wanting to have happen maybe this year, that you're looking to, you have desires for, they can happen, and they will happen if you just do 2 things. These are the 2 things, and it's actually it's 1 thing, but it's said in 2 words. Just decide. That's all you got to do, is just decide that this is something that is important to you, that this is something you want to do. Just decide. So what does that mean? A lot of the reasons why you don't end up lining up with the things that you're wanting in life is because you simply don't line up with them. Well, what does that mean? Listen, people, we have up to 65,000 thoughts a day, scientists say. They're so haphazard, but just because you have them doesn't mean they're real. They're not. They're just something that is in a circuitry that you tap into that more often because it's running on its own accord. But just because you say bad things about yourself, or you're easily to go to a default thought that you have that's on its hamster wheel because that's what you have access to, doesn't make it real. And so what's interesting to me about the things that you're wanting to have in life, you actually sort of neutralize it. You cancel out the forward-moving momentum of just having the desire by letting the default thing plug into place when there's a deeper part of you that says, yes, I know I can have this. Of course this is possible for me. This is something that you do not really tap into the intentional, creative power that you are. That's who we all are as human beings. You have intentional, creative power. You just neutralize it with, it's not going to happen. I don't have a Golden Globe. At so-and-so age, so-and-so already did it. I'm not this enough. I don't have this. I don't sound familiar. This is a case in point. One of my actors, I'll make up a name, Bill, had a meeting today with an agent. And it actually was set up in a way in which I think it was through his manager, or the manager is friends with this person, and it wasn't even really for him to get represented. He just went in to try to get some advice, I guess it was. And he said the first half of the meeting, the agent was like, wah, wah, like didn't care about him. He said the energy was like so sucked out of the room, like he was like, this is a disaster. And because he had no agenda, because he had really no attachment to what he thought this meeting was going to be about, he just allowed himself to speak freely, expressly in the moment with who he was, what he stands for, what he's about, what is exciting for him in his work. And all of a sudden he said within like 20 minutes it began to change. And this isn't manipulative. This isn't covert like you're trying to make something happen. He just was there. And then all of a sudden the guy, by the end of the meeting, the guy was like, well, are you repped? Maybe this is a good agency, by the way, that he met with. He was like, well, maybe let me see you're real. All of a sudden the dynamic changed. Why? Because energetically, this is what happens when you begin to just decide. You go into rooms, or you have meetings, or you're in relationships in the world, you coincidentally, synchronistically meet people, and you're brave enough, because you are inspired by the truth of who you are, to speak your truth. And the truth about that is if it's not you, it's going to be somebody else. That's powerful! But you don't do that! You sweat the small stuff. Oh my God, please like me. Oh my God, please. I have to get an agent for pilot season. No! No! Yes, that's great. And that's a great desire to have. But not if you're going into those meetings. You got to go into those meetings, I just decided. Listen, you don't have to worry about the details. They're going to be taken care of for you because they will. The way will show you the way. The details, the people, again, the orchestration of it is beyond your control. So all you have to do is keep monitoring, I've just decided. I've just decided. And then watch what will happen. The orchestration will take care of itself. And so you're actually released in it. Because there is an underlying confidence of, you know what? It's just like dating. If it's not this bus, another bus is going to be coming in 3 minutes. You can catch those M33s or whatever they're called here in LA every 3 or 4 minutes. So why is it that you get yourself turned inside out, except for you're entering the relationship energetically already off-footed? So can you just think about that for the next few weeks and let's see what happens. If you can just keep coming back to just decide. You make that decision for yourself and you have at it out in the world. And as your stuff gets triggered, which it will, and the default is going to start raising its ugly head, you know what? I just decided. You just keep coming back to that mantra.